It depends, obviously, it depends on the age group what we are seeing. If there is a young individual, we expect more of a trauma patients. In trauma, it is usually ligament injuries or bony injuries. So in bony injuries, obviously, there's going to be fracture. In ligament injuries, in ligament also, sports individuals are more prone to it. So ACL, meniscus, PCL injuries are more commonly seen. And as you go on, as you go up, see older people. So about 50 to 60 years of age, you see arthritis as a symptom. So yes, so these are the main knee-related problems. One is arthritis, one is injuries. Injuries can be divided as bony injury or sports-related, which is ligamentous injuries. So as I said earlier, when your arthritis stage is advanced or late stage of arthritis, on X-ray, if you see bone-on-bone appearance, so basically bone grinding on the bone, so that is a pure indication of doing knee replacement surgery. And also, it mostly depends on patient because X-ray doesn't speak for itself. Patient does. So if the patient is in pain, and even if the X-ray is not indicating of TCAR, total knee replacement, so you don't get it done. But yes, if patient is in pain and he's like, I want it to be done, I want my lifestyle to be better, then yes, knee replacement is advised. So it always depends on patient if he wants to get it done or not. So age is just a number. Again, I have seen people getting it done at 35 years of age. I have also seen people getting it done at 95 years of age. So again, if you are 95 years old, if you want to walk, your knees are not supporting it, just get it replaced. Simple. But yes, we avoid doing knee replacement at early ages because knee implant also has a shelf life. So on records, our latest implant, which is of oxenium implant, so that lasts for like 25 to 30 years. So obviously we would want patient to get it done by the age of around 50 to 60, so that it lasts. If the patient is going to live till 80 to 90 years of age, then they should get it done by 50 or 60. But due to some circumstances, as I said, rheumatoid arthritis, people are getting it done early because the joint gets destroyed in early ages. So we are not left with much options, and PPR is advised in those patients, which is in early 40s. But usual osteoarthritis patients, they usually get it done post 60. So 60 to 70 years of age is the most common age of knee total knee replacement getting done. So what happens is, so in knee arthritis, this bone you can see, this is the thigh bone. So this is the articular cartilage over here. This blue thing is meniscus, and this is tibia bone. So when arthritis happens, meniscus is totally destroyed. Even the cartilage, the soft thing which coats the bone or the joint, it gets eroded, and there is bone on bone. There is no cushion. So basically, what we are trying to do in total knee replacement is just like capping of the teeth. Okay, so the eroded bone or the eroded teeth, whenever your teeth gets eroded, you say, oh, cavities are there, we need to get it capped. So what happens? You can't have tablets and you can't regrow your teeth, right? You get it capped, you get calcium deposits or whatever is available according to them. So the same thing has been done over here. So we just erode or we just cut the bone which is causing pain, and then we just replace it with a cap. So it is also known as knee 3D resurfacing or knee replacement. So basically, knee replacement is not like someone's going to remove your knee and then put it. It's basically just eroding the surface or maybe cutting the surface, which is eroded bone, which is causing pain, and just putting a cap over it. So it's like this, and there will be a new cap which is made of metal. So depending upon the implant, as I said, oxenium, which lasts for 30 years. So there are different kinds of implant, different kind of technology. So this is how basically it's done. So you get an incision, you reach the bone, you remove the denuded bone, and then you cap. That's it. It is a painful procedure. You get an incision of around 10 to 15 centimeter over your knee. So yes, it is painful, but to manage pain, we have standardized protocols. So we give analgesics. So it can be given by a spinal route. It can be given by IV route. So yes, there is pain. It's not a magic. So it will cause pain, but yes, it is controlled. Many patients are controlled, and we have different modalities to control it for at least 5 to 6 days. But patients, after getting operated, within 10 to 12 days, they get okay. Obviously, it is a range. Like, for me, pain might be 2. For you, pain might be 5. For someone, it would be 10. It's a very subjective thing. But yes, pain occurs. I won't deny. It's not magic, but it can be controlled, and people are okay. Like they are pain free within 2 to 3 weeks. Recovery is a slow healing process. So every day will be a new day. Every day there will be some sort of recovery. But main recovery is going to happen in like 10 to 2 weeks, 10 days to 2 weeks. So, like, what protocol we follow over here is we do the surgery, we make the patient walk in next 3 to 4 hours. Obviously, with the help of walker, patient is not going to run. They walk, and then we start physiotherapy immediately. So in physiotherapy, we do knee bending and walking. Within 2 weeks, we remove the sutures. Okay, and we expect patient to walk on their own by 2 to 4 weeks. So basically, from suture removal to the time of 1 month after surgery, we expect patient to walk without support. And patients are able to walk with support as well, even after surgery, but with walker. It's very important. It's as good as the surgery. So I personally think is that 50% job is of surgery, 50% is of physiotherapy, but not a physiotherapist. It's a patient job. It's not physiotherapist's job to make the patient work, right? Patient needs to have the courage. They should have motivation within themselves, because if they don't have it, then how can someone else make them work, right? So yes, physiotherapy is 50% of the work. Because surgery is just capping. It's just putting the things in right places. But patients themselves need to walk, and it depends on them, 50%. Post surgery, so actually, the patient is going to do a lot of more things than he or she was doing before surgery. Because surgery is advised to such patients who are literally homebound, who can't walk, who can't go outside the house, who can't walk for 10 minutes. So obviously patient is going to do that. And that is okay. So there is no limitations after TKR, after total knee replacement. But yes, what we advise is to avoid sitting cross-legged. Again, what we advise in early osteoarthritis. If you remember, in early osteoarthritis, we advise patients to not sit cross-legged, not use Indian washrooms, and not do jumping or running activities. Anyway, that patient wasn't able to do before the surgery. So we try to avoid it because we are implanting external thing. It's an implant inside, and we want it to last for 30 years. So if we don't do such precautions, if we don't take precautions, then obviously wear and tear is going to happen to that joint as well. If it can happen to God-given joint, then it can also happen to human-made joint.